Hold on just a moment. We'll be right back. All right. Welcome to Eastern Hancock High School in Charlottesville, Indiana, as we have the Mid-Eastern Conference Football Jamboree. We have teams from North Decatur, Shenandoah, Monroe Central, and, of course, Eastern Hancock. So this is the Dents Automotive pregame show, and we want to thank them for being a new sponsor this year. And we may have some others. I'm Joe Paxton, and we may have Cole Allen may join us later. And so we're just kind of, I'll be honest, this is going to be very informal, and this is more of a trial and just kind of testing out some things that we have new. We have some new Wi-Fi and just some things just to hopefully everything works out well. And so it may be a little bit more lax than what we normally would do with a normal broadcast. So we're just kind of testing things out. Hopefully things go smooth. And we have a good little preview of the season for these four teams. Here's kind of the schedule for tonight. So you're going to see in the first period the Eastern Hancock Royals on offense going against the Shenandoah Raiders, and they'll go for 15 minutes. And then they will flip-flop. Shenandoah will then go on offense, and the Royals will go on defense for 15 minutes. And that will be period one. Then we'll have about a 4-minute break, and we will move to the second period, and we're going to see Monroe Central and North Decatur kind of do the same thing. And then at halftime, we're going to see the Eastern Hancock Marching Band do their state fair performance, where they performed very well last week. And then the second half will be the Royals against Monroe Central. And then the final period of the night will be North Decatur against Shenandoah. So looking at these teams, just get a little preview here. This is last year, the Mid-Eastern Conference standings in North Decatur, extremely dominant last year, winning all four games, and not just winning them, but winning them convincingly, scoring 170 points and not giving up a single point in any of those games. So a really strong North Decatur team last year. They did have a lot of seniors, but I'm sure that they have quite a bit coming back to try to defend their conference championship. Then you have the Raiders finishing in second place last year, Monroe Central third, the Royals finishing in fourth, and then Westdell, who was in the conference last year. They're still in the Mid-Eastern Conference, but they have left as a football conference school. So they have moved and kind of adjusted their schedule. They're trying to build that program. They've struggled ever since the conference started. And so they're just trying to build some confidence in their program, and they're doing some good things there. I think they got turf field, so good luck to the Westdell Warriors, and as they build that, maybe they'll return in a few years and join the football conference again. So as we saw, the first two teams we're going to see are the Royals and the Raiders. This is kind of the Royals pregame, and I think we may have a national anthem or so here coming up. We'll pause if that's the case. The Royals are going to start next week at Frankton. That's a new game. We haven't played Frankton for a few years. That'll be a new game. We did get permission to live stream that game, so we are just making sure that we have the hotspot available to be able to do that, and hopefully we'll be able to do that live stream next week. And then you can kind of see the schedule. The Royals will play North Decatur pretty early on in the schedule. Kind of nice thing they don't play tonight because they play in just 2 weeks. So, and then most of the Royals conference schedule there is at the end of the season. Looking at the Raiders, you're going to see here in a minute, they're going to play at home against Fremont next week. And then they've got a pretty tough schedule there. 3 straight games at Heritage Christian, at LaPel, and then home against North Decatur. That's a solid schedule to start. So really nice start to the season for them there, and challenging start. So they're going to find out right where they're at pretty early on. So we're going to talk about the other teams kind of before they play. But I think we're going to have the national anthem, and we will be right back.
Tonight's national anthem will be performed.
All right, we're actually having this played by a student at Sullivan Graham, so we're going to keep the sound on. So national anthem there played by football player, freshman Sullivan Graham of the Eastern Hancock Royals. And hopefully everything's working all right. We do have chat on, so if you're on Facebook or YouTube, please let us know if everything's working all right. Because it's kind of hard for us to tell sometimes here. So Royals are going to be on offense here first, and we're going to see them in the white pants and the blue jerseys with a white and blue helmet. Kind of a cool looking helmet here, like half white with blue on the lower half. They don't have the decal on it, but it's going to have like a nice script Royals on it next week, and those are going to look pretty nice. And the uniforms, just I noticed the players wearing them at school today. Kind of have a retro look. Like if you look back at some of our old yearbooks and see some of the uniforms, they have a little bit of a retro look with the stripes, the really big Royals right there on the chest, and then actually a little bit small but easy to read numbers there on the back. Shenandoah in blue pants, white jerseys, and their half and half helmets, kind of like Michigan on one side and then the Shenandoah logo on the other. Actually, they don't have the decals on them yet, but I'm sure they will next week. And here we go. So scrimmage is a little bit different. It's not like a real game. Royals get the ball on offense. Coaches are on the field, being able to help talk them through some stuff offensively. So you're going to see a little bit different here. So the Royals start with a pass by Eden, and it's short, looking to throw to Redmond. And the first pass is incomplete there. And right now I think the coaches are just wanting to get the basics down here. They're not going to do a lot of fancy stuff here. It's going to be just basics. Make sure they get through the routine of a game. Here's Mark Kuby, And on the run, and he's going to pick up a few, but the flag is down. Looks like it could be holding. We'll see. No score will be kept, so we're not going to have a score on the board. So, and I missed the penalty, but and so they just announced no kickoffs tonight. So it's all just practicing and getting better here, both on offense and defense. And Eden looks to throw right away. It is caught there by Gabe Johnson, but he goes down immediately without getting hit. So you'd like to see maybe him keep his feet there, see if he can get a few extra yards. But good throw and catch. So you got Eden in the backfield with Kubi. Kubi with the handoff straight up the middle. And he powers forward. Good hard power run there. And that would be enough for a first down. So, Mark, last year, a lot of speed.
We're not connected. I can't do anything.
All right, sorry. We're back. And football team's also working on some things. They're having their huddle sideline. They were having some issues, and I wasn't any help. Oh, it says there's no sound. Or maybe it was just because I muted it. So, yeah, they figured you didn't want to hear me talking. So hopefully we have sound now. Please let me know if you can hear. And Eden with a quick out throw on the far end. That's caught there by Caden Willis. Gained about 2 yards. And I think there's lots of rules. Like, I think players can only play so many snaps in these kind of games. I don't know if that's just a scrimmage rule. Maybe I may be wrong. Jamboree may be a little bit more open. But I know in a scrimmage players can only play so many snaps. So you're going to see players going in and out. I don't know if that's the case here with the Jamboree, but Eden hands it off to Kubi, and he gets a nice little hole. Let's try a replay there. See how this works. So, see if our replay is working. So, nice little handoff right up the middle. And Kubi with a good burst of speed. And a nice little pickup there. And last year we had some issues when we came back from a replay. So, hopefully we don't get the hiccups. First down for the Royals here. Kubi in the backfield with Eden. Eden's going to fake the handoff, throw it upfield, and caught. Good catch there. That is Austin Brown with the catch. A high throw, and Austin did a nice job at going up and getting it in 2 hands and bringing it down. So good job by Austin. With the coach on the field, our camera angle is going to be zoomed out just a tad more, just because it's seeing Coach Etch out there. But here's a deep throw by Eden, and they're going to throw a flag. I don't know about that, but it was pretty overthrown. But they're going to throw a flag like it's a pass interference. Pass was intended for. I got to learn these numbers. We got new players, so you have to bear with me a little bit. I do appreciate the new uniforms having nice, easy-to-read numbers. Oh, that was Manship, I believe. It was intended for Eli Manship.
Looks like we have a pass interference on the play.
Yeah, announcers always appreciate easy-to-read numbers, as it's going to be hard for Shenandoah with the yellow numbers on white uniforms. So I'm going to apologize right now.
James King on the carry for the Royals.
So James King with the carry up the middle. And we're about closing in toward halfway through the Royals' offensive time here in this first period. I'd like to see them be successful here, get a score. Looks like we're moving back. I don't know if that was a penalty. Looks like it was.
Holding on the Royals.
Yeah, it was a holding. So now Royals are 1st and 20. 21, or yeah. It's a run up the middle. Short gain, about 3.
James King on the carry for the Royals.
Dylan Bowman subs in.
Taken out by Carter Armstrong with the Raiders.
And out comes Cameron Voles. Royals had a blue-white scrimmage last Saturday. Had a lot of youth program there. Eden rolls out to his right. He throws it deep. Intended for, I believe, that was, Shaw maybe? So Garrett Shaw just overthrown. So 3rd and 16. See what the Royals have here. 3rd and long situation. You got Redmond on the near side, Bowman on the near side. Looks like maybe Willis on the far side. Kuby in the background with Elijah Eden. Eden takes a snap. He throws a quick out, and it is tackled immediately, Willis, and actually loses a few yards. Good defense there by the Raiders, as Willis really had nowhere to go after the catch. And now they're looking at a 4th and a really lot.
4th down for the Royals.
Some nice improvements here at the football field we'll talk about here when we in just a moment. Eden's going to look to throw. He's going to go deep, going for Bowman, but it's, again, Bowman kind of stopped there and well defended by the Raiders, and the ball was overthrown.
Start over on the 30-yard line.
So the Royals are now going to move back to the west end of the field and kind of start over, as they were unable to score in that possession. A few improvements here at the field. There's a new sprinkler system, so unfortunately you can kind of see in the field. It's still you can still see when they installed that, and that should help our field kind of be a little nicer this season and in future seasons. And we've added a ton of bleachers to the east end of the football home bleachers. And it's really odd to look to the right and see so many more stands with fans toward the east. Eden looks to throw. He's going to go deep again, but that's going to be picked off there by the Raiders as it's underthrown, intended for Cameron Voles. And it was Hunter that got the interception for the Raiders. These two teams will play, as all these teams are going to play. It's the conference, but they'll play later on the season, toward the end of the season. And that game is at Shenandoah. I I believe it's the second to last game of the season. Here, I think we may have had some substitution. Jaden Fuller in at quarterback. And so I think you're going to see maybe that last 5 minutes, you're going to see a few JV players get in. So the JV players get a chance to get some live game practice. And so we got Fuller as the quarterback. And I'll figure out who the running back is here shortly. And it's a hand it off, and there's the running back. Nice little run straight up the middle. And that is sorry. That was number, if I can get him to turn around, 32, I believe, which is Braden Voles, maybe? Sorry. We'll get better. Yeah, that was Voles. And Fuller's passes over the head of Hayden Jackson.
Jaden Fuller's pass falls incomplete to Hayden Jackson.
And so we're going to have second down and 10. This is also good. Coach Hibbert, JV coach, getting some work, live action here right with his team before their first game. Fuller fakes the throw, and the run is right up the middle. And I believe that might have been a Connor Cook.
Connor Cook on the carry for the Royals.
So, nice power run for about 5. Yeah, that looks like it's Cook back. The jet sweep there. It doesn't really go anywhere. And that was carried by Cameron DeLagrange.
Cameron DeLagrange on the carry for the Royals. Taken down by the Raiders. 5-yard loss in the play.
And Coach Hibbert, they're calling in the play. Coach Gallion out on the field now with this group. Fuller throws it deep, and it is nearly caught. Intended for, I believe, Pablo De Saz Morales. Sorry.
Royal pass falls incomplete to Pablo Del Saz Morales.
We've got about 1 minute left in this Royals offensive segment. And nice little run. He gets onto the outside, and that is number 26. He's still going, and we'll hit the replay button. And that was Hayden Jackson with a great run. We'll see if we can get that replay in. So nice run by Jackson. And he kind of got to the outside and was able to keep his balance there on the sideline. And a big pickup there for the Royals. As time is starting to run out on this possession. 22, or actually under 20 seconds. So it could be the last play. Fuller is going to hand it off to Jackson again, and this time he's taken down by the neck and shoulder pads. That's going to be a penalty. That's a dangerous kind of tackle. And that's going to be the end of the Royals' offensive possession. So we're now going to flip. So we'll flip sides. And we're going to see the Raiders on offense. And our first chance to see the Royals defense. Royals unable to get in the end zone in that first session. All right. Like I said, this is not your typical game. We weren't even sure if we were going to stream it. It was kind of a last-second thing. We just wanted to make sure that, kind of test things out. I think I see Mr. Cole Allen heading up here, so he's going to join us here, I think, in a moment. He's going to help out some this season on the live streams. Coach Knight, who's helped the last few years, he's now on the sideline. Actually, he's not on the sideline. He's upstairs. So he moved from the room downstairs in the press box and doing live stream. He's now on the press box helping out the Royals on the coaching staff. So we're going to flip-flop. And I'm going to apologize right now. There's zero chance I'm going to be able to read those yellow numbers on white uniforms. So my eyesight is not that good for the Raiders. See if we can get at least who their main players are here on the varsity. Kind of the same setup here. Going to be starting at the 30-yard line. They will move down the field, and if they don't score, they'll move back to the 30-yard line and try again. So carry right off the bat is great tackle there by sorry, I'll get the Ethan Carter with a great tackle in the backfield. I'm sorry, I still didn't get the name of the running back there. Or the quarterback at the moment. If you're watching from Shenandoah and you want to let me know on Facebook or on YouTube, I can start calling the right names. Good run there, right up the middle. I'll listen to what our PA guy says. He's probably got better eyesight than me. Even have Cole in here trying to help me out here. Evan Freese, I think, with the carry. That's number 22 for the Raiders. And rolling out and looking to throw. Now he pulls it down. He's going to run, and he's going to be wrapped up, and that's nearly a tackle out of bounds. And there's our, who was it? Ethan Loy. Ethan Loy is the quarterback. Ethan Loy is a senior. Yeah, pretty good crowd for a scrimmage jamboree. So a lot of people here from the conference. And carry off the left side. Gang tackled by the Royals. Nowhere really to go. Nice job by the defense. Able to wrap them up and not let them go anywhere. Braden Hill with the tackle. So defensive line's done a nice job so far for the Royals. That was Hayden Hubbard. Oh, and a handoff up the left side. Gain of about 1.5. Yeah. Oh, Aiden Trueblood with the tackle.
Tackle made by the Royals, Aiden Trueblood. Short gain on the play for the Raiders. Bring up 3rd and 6.
So 3rd and 6. Snap and nearly falls down. And throw is short. And Ethan Loy wasn't able to connect that pass.
Loy's pass falls incomplete. 4th down for the Raiders.
We have I like the sprinkler system. I'm a little concerned about the condition, though, right now because it was literally just done recently. So see a little bit of you can see where it is in the field. Fourth and about 6. Carry right up the middle and gain of about 1. So that's going to reset the possession. And the Raiders are going to – the Royals stop them on downs, and that's going to reset them and move them back to the 30. And nice job by the defense there. 1 first down given up.
For the Raiders, we'll start over a new drive on the 30-yard line.
And they're going to kind of reset back in the backfield. Cameron Voles just came back in. Hayden Jackson playing corner over here. And there's a run up the middle. And nice little gain. Actually, nice big gain. And going to be about 2 yards short.
Evan Freese, the carrier for the Raiders, taken down by Cameron Bowles of the Royals.
Evan Freese with another carry. And a carry off the left side is going to be enough for a first down, and he's still going to go down the sideline, escorted out by Eli Manship. So I believe that was Freese again, but did a nice job. Got to the outside. Oh, maybe not. Who was it? Reddick. So Landon Reddick. I believe that's a relation with the Mr. Reddick. So all right, they are back at the 30-yard line. Carry up the middle. Rose doing a nice job kind of keeping the Raiders in front. Not a lot of passes thrown by the Raiders at this point. You want to jump on? You want to jump on? Then you don't have to point it out to me. Yeah, this one here is yours. So if you ever need to turn it down, you just turn that down. So Cole Allen's in here, and there's a run right off the bat to the right side. Cole's here, and he's going to help out a little bit. Middle school football coach.
Yep.
And got a jamboree tomorrow, right?
Yep, 11 a.m.
So middle schoolers kind of doing it. Is it a similar type thing as this, or is it more game-like? Or is
Nope, same idea. We start off with Shenandoah, and then we will play Monroe Central, I believe. Yeah. So I think from high school down, they keep it pretty much the same.
So the handoff there on the left side.
Cameron Bowles putting an exclamation point on the end of that one.
Yeah, one thing one thing about Cameron that always sticks out to me is, I mean, he's just a great tackler, and it's that wrestling. He's one-on-one. It's very rare that he does not get the guy down.
Absolutely. Having Braden last year was a great asset in the middle school program. He's about the same way, and with his height, it was actually a strength for him to sneak past the lineman, and they hardly saw he was coming.
Yeah.
Ethan Carter almost sacks there, or gets the tackle there.
Yeah. Yeah, one thing we don't want, Ethan's coming up a little limping a little bit. Don't want anybody to get hurt in this jamboree, that's for sure. So.
Looks like they're subbing in Jacob Wickard for him.
Oh. Raiders with their, see if they can continue this drive. That's their best drive so far in this session with about 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes to go. And
Carson Smith there first.
The defense is playing pretty solid here.
Yeah. Swarming to the ball.
Hayden Tomlinson, the ball carrier for the Raiders.
So Tomlinson with the carry. Was that Carson Smith? Is that
Carson, yeah,
Yep.
was first there. And
So
a lot of others swarming there.
So freshman Carson Smith with the tackle. Oh, sorry, sophomore. My bad. Sophomore. I had him in my freshman class last year. I don't know why. Oh.
Just about offsides. They let it go.
And nice throw there. Not many passes thrown, but that was a good one there.
Pretty impressive on the move.
And that's going to be a first down, but this is where they're doing the JV the JV swap. So the Raiders bring in their JV, the Royals bring in their JV, and it looks like they're kind of agreement to do it at about 5 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
So the varsity getting about 10 minutes of action and the JV getting about 5. Carry off the right side. And a big tackle there by Hayden Jackson.
Austin Brown first there, and then, yeah, Hayden following it up.
We've already said Hayden Jackson's named quite a few times here in the scrimmage. Freshman. He's one of those that I think as the season goes along, he's going to just find a way to contribute on Friday nights.
Absolutely. Very coachable. Very coachable.
And a handoff.
Good cut.
Left side. Good pick up there, about 4.
Number 35. No 35 on the
35.
roster, so must have had some blood on the jersey or something. Maybe 34, Carter Armstrong.
Maybe, we'll say. And there's a handoff. Going to be short. See if the Royals can get another turnover on downs and reset them back at the 30. And we're not keeping score, but if we were, neither team's been able to get into the end zone so far.
And you wonder how much the coaches are holding back just to see. You don't want to reveal everything as you see these guys later in the year, but you do want to see what you have out here.
Short throw, but I think it's going to be enough.
Good little flip.
So, yep, it's going to be a first down, yeah.
Max Seaburn with the catch.
I think this jamboree is more about just getting your routine down,
right?
Getting your players used to the routine, and because next week's the real thing.
Absolutely.
I don't know if the JV has a game next week or if it's after next Friday's game. And there's
Braden Hester.
yeah,
Quickly.
nowhere to go there. Big loss.
Carter Armstrong taken down in the Raider backfield by Logan Hoskins.
We do have not going to be live streaming with announcers with the JV games, but the home games will have the camera going, and so make sure you check and see. These JV players play this season. It'll be the camera will be going. You'll be able to keep track of score, and a lot of times if they have announcers, you can hear the announcers in the PA. So that's the one nice thing about this camera. We can just turn it on. Tomorrow your Jamboree is going to be. Yes. We'll have that running. If you want to watch the middle schoolers play in the Jamboree, you can see that tomorrow afternoon.
If you have something else to watch, that'd be okay too. Good hard run there.
Number 35 on the carry for the Raiders, taken down by Hunter Van Hook.
Now under 30 seconds. We will have a quarter break. They'll get a 4-minute break between quarters. We'll kind of hit our sponsors a little bit. There's another turnover on downs, and neither team's going to score in this first quarter. The defenses played well. Both teams moved the ball down the field, so they definitely saw some good things. Just neither team was able to get it into the end zone. So, and again, like we said, it's not about a win or a loss in the Jamboree. Nobody cares if you won or lost a session in the Jamboree. It's about just getting your routine down. So this next group is going to be North Decatur. They're going to be in the red, and Monroe Central in the white. We're going to take a quick break here for a commercial as they get about 4 minutes until they begin. Probably get a little bit of a warm-up as if you're coming out of halftime. So you're watching Eastern Hancock football on the EH Sports Network.
Paxton Farm Sweet Corn. Located just north of Maxwell, 2 miles west of State Road 9 on 600 North. Our sweet corn is handpicked, bringing sunshine to every bite. But that's not all. Capture picturesque memories in our fields of vibrant sunflowers, perfect for photos. Bring the joy of Paxton Farm Sweet Corn to your summer gatherings. Visit us today and experience the sweetness that keeps people coming back for more. Find us on Facebook, Paxton Farm Sweet Corn. Paxton Farm Sweet Corn, the sweetest taste of summer.
Nine Star is very focused on customer and member care, focused on making sure that however we communicate with the member and customer is how they want to communicate.
You know, sometimes we're the one person that they speak to in a day, and you want that conversation to be happy and pleasant.
As a nonprofit co-op, we're focused on providing the best service we can for our members.
Nine Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
All right, we're back here for the, let me get the period changed. We're back here for the second period, and you're going to see the North Decatur Chargers take on the Monroe Central Golden Bears. Chargers are in the blue pants, red uniforms, white helmets. I really like their decal on their helmets. They've used that for a few years. It's kind of a horse or a charger with the American flag. And you're seeing the defending champions of the Mid-Eastern Conference now. Going against the Monroe Central, and there's a interception on the very first pass. And big play. I didn't have the replay set up, but
Owen Eldridge, yeah. Owen Eldridge with the tip and catch to himself.
That was impressive play there. One-handed, and then pulled it in.
I tell you what, North Decatur is fired up for a jamboree.
I mean, they were the most impressive team I saw last year.
They were very good.
They were very good and really dominated the conference, but they had some really good seniors on that team.
Absolutely.
Leaders, great athletes. So it'll be interesting to see how these younger guys this year step in to those roles. I like the white numbers on the red uniforms too.
Makes it a lot easier, that's for sure.
So Monroe Central hands it off, but he
going nowhere with that.
Yep. So that's let's get, I don't have, who was the quarterback? It says number 22 just handed that off.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll figure it out here. Well,
looks like it might be Lane Wilson. He's
Lane
on
Wilson.
the as 18.
Okay.
Would be my guess.
He looks like he could be a quarterback and a linebacker.
Yes.
So carry there by number 3, Ryland Case, senior, and is tackled, and that's fourth down. Now, just a reminder of last year, this North Decatur team, they did not give up a single point in a conference game last year. So defensively, they already almost look midseason form right now, the way they're defending the Golden Bears. As I say that, a nice run up the middle and a first down.
Carter Duncan, the ball carrier for the Bears.
Carter Duncan, a junior.
You're going to give it to him right on the line.
Yep. Yeah, in the Jamboree. Let's give it to him. Especially when it's like you're in this situation where it's offense and defense and it's not a turnover.
Roll out. Little dump down.
That's
Number 22 pass complete.
that is Jeremiah Olam.
Taken down by a group of Charger tacklers. 1 yard gain.
Did our announcer give a name for that quarterback?
If he did, I didn't
No,
hear him.
I didn't hear it. So we're just going to go with, no, I forget who you said it was.
Lane Wilson.
Lane Wilson.
Mhm. Yeah, there's only two quarterbacks on the roster, and the other one is freshman, 5'8", 135.
Yes.
I don't think he's playing
Yes.
linebacker for them.
Yes.
Bears taken down by a group of Charger tacklers. 4-yard gain on the play, bringing up 3rd and 5.
If they ever do a quarterback keep, he is
Yes.
A definite threat for
Yes.
the Bears there.
They had a running back a couple years ago. I think his last name was Kennedy, and he was just a tough guy to bring down. He
On the carry for the Bears.
could just rumble down the field.
Of the Chargers. No gain on the play, bring up 4th and 5.
All right, 4th and 5 here. A chance for the Chargers to make the Golden Bears start over at the 30. Again, this is a jamboree, so it's not like a typical game like you're going to see next week. And a handoff off the left side,
For
and
a loss.
Carter Duncan has nowhere to go there.
Eldridge again with another big play there on 4th down.
Down a big hit in the backfield by Owen
That's
Wilson of the Chargers.
going to reset, I think, isn't it?
Should, yes.
Yep, it's going to reset back to the 30.
That concludes that drive for the Bears. We will start a new drive on
In about 10 minutes. I need to make sure. Just so you know, I think most of you know, don't ever click a link in one of these live streams. So,
Jeremiah Ewan on the carry for the Bears.
I can hear the press boxes asking who the quarterback is too. So, I think we got it.
Yeah,
It's Lane Wilson.
I'm pretty confident. Oh, a little bit of different look for the Bears now.
Justin Olam, 3 wide over here. A bubble screen.
Quick.
And that's Carter Duncan with a good pickup. Best play probably of the
From Monroe Central.
so far for the Bears, Golden Bears.
7-yard gain on the play. Make it 3rd and 3.
Looking at the numbers, North Decatur's got quite a few players over here on the sideline. Kind of get an idea if they're going to have enough for a JV team kind of thing for this season. Good tackle there by the Chargers. Is that 81, 31?
81, I believe.
81.
Xander Jones.
Taken down by Xavier Jones of the Chargers. Bring up 4th and 6 for Monroe Central.
So 4th and 6, see if the Golden Bears can get a first down. Wilson now in shotgun formation, 4 wide.
Wilson with the pass.
Short pass there. And they are going to get a first down, I believe, unless he was out of bounds. Sometimes it's hard to see on that
Looks
sideline.
like they're going to give it to him.
Yep.
Ryland Case with a good effort there to pick up the first. Case and Duncan will definitely be one they'll have to keep their eyes on. The Royals will later in the season.
Yeah, this is another one. Monroe Central, the Royals will play, I believe, the 3rd from the last game. And good throw and catch, but tackled immediately. Caught by Isaac Middleton, the freshman. It's a big freshman.
6'4", yeah.
6'4", 185.
Might see him out on the basketball
Yeah, I
court
was just
this year.
getting ready to say that. Let me star that.
Interesting technique here from the Bears, going back and forth between such a spread and empty in the backfield offense to the wing tee.
And Case on the carry for the Bears.
You don't see that very often. teams are usually one or the other. They're not going to commit to both. Those are two pretty different offenses to have to learn in a given year. So it's an interesting technique, that's for sure.
Yeah, I hear they're.
I think they're going to stop him short there.
And we kind of talked about it, like we've kind of expected them to be very vanilla, just make this a part of routine. You're not, but doing that kind of makes the other team have to prepare for two things.
Right, yeah.
So by showing that, well, I guess I forgot to do that, showing who they play. We'll do that here at a break. Kind of see who these teams play next week.
Same play, came right back to it. Bryland Case again picking up the first down.
Monroe Central's at Winchester, so I mean that's going to be one of those things where now you're showing something that's now making the other team have to prepare and spend more time on two things.
Yeah, first week that's a tough ask for a defense to prepare for those two different offenses. Roll out, going nowhere.
Nice job by the Charger D.
Owen Wiseman, number 51, senior.
He's back there quick. Definitely get a feeling that North Decatur is going to make a hard charge to defend their title of conference champs. The way they've started this jamboree. Back with 3 wide. That ball is
not going anywhere. 28
picked off. Here's the
Jack Cohen.
Here's that throw. Here and really interception all the way there.
Yeah. Yep.
See if it catches it. Oh, our camera can't quite keep up. It's one of the negative things on those plays down the sideline. Sometimes the camera doesn't quite keep up with it. Looks like we're going to have the problems with the replay, too. It takes a second to get back video quality. Oh, a fumble. So JV players in now. Looks like that would be Carson Seekman. Freshman. All right. Sorry, I got caught watching the screen.
74, Isaac Martin in on the play.
I'm going to try something. Hopefully it does not mess something up. I'm going to reset.
3rd and 12 for the Bears.
Hopefully our video comes back. All right. Seem to have a technical difficulty when we come back from our replay. And run up the middle there.
Luke Anderson, the ball carrier for the Bears.
Luke Anderson.
Yep, Luke Anderson, 83.
7-yard gain.
Another freshman. Gained 7 yards. About 2.5 minutes, and then they're going to flip-flop. North Decatur's going to be on offense. It's going to be another turnover on downs.
Yeah, besides size, you don't see a lot of difference in the swarming of the Charger defense here.
Yeah, they got their JV teams out there, but right now the Chargers just look bigger. like than the Golden Bears on a whole. We're now under a minute and a half or so. They're going to look to throw.
Looks like a busted play there. I think somebody was supposed to take the counter, and they either missed the handoff or didn't know what they were quite doing. Yep. Seekman's not very happy with whoever was supposed to get it there.
Yeah, what kind of feeling is that when you're not supposed to have the ball and then you're staring down defensive linemen because they're barreling down on you? So I would not be happy either. Looks like it was a false start.
Yep. Probably have time for one play.
Let's see. We'll check out the schedules as they swap after this play. And pretty impressive defensive performance there by the Chargers. If they got past midfield, they didn't get much past midfield, the Golden Bears. So nice job by the North Decatur Chargers. And we'll kind of look at the schedule here. These two teams play week 3, so they will play again September 1st, and that will be at North Decatur. And I believe that's one of the few fields that's like ours. I believe theirs runs east-west as well.
Yeah.
So we're going to see North Decatur is going to be against their traditional opening game against South Decatur. I am sure that has some kind of a name or some kind of rivalry to it,
think.
or a trophy or something. So they're going to start at home against South Decatur, and then week 2 we're going to see them here. And it's going to give the Royals a big challenge right off the bat early on in the season.
Absolutely.
The first game, the Royals will play Frankton next week. And that's also going to be a challenge as well. Monroe Central, we don't play them till September 29th. So they get a choice. Do they get to choose which direction they want to go, which 30 they want to start?
I would have thought they would have just started at that 30. Monroe Central was already going that way, so I don't know why you would have started them.
In ours,
going the same way.
We always went that way. Both teams
Everybody
went that
away
way
from the sun. Maybe that's the idea behind it, is that you keep everybody from having to drive into the sun.
Mm-hmm. So, as a quarterback, I don't think I'd want to be staring into that.
No.
At this point. But you also got to think they're going to be playing here week 2.
Yeah.
They're going to be staring in the sun week 2. This might be like, hey, let's get used to it now.
Absolutely.
So, all right. Looks like
it's Caleb Phelps, I believe, with the carry there.
Okay.
Good push by the Charger front line there.
And see who's under center. During the season, we'll be a little more prepared with some idea of who the players are. That was Mason Morris under center, handed off to
Caden Muckerhide.
And
Caden Muckerhide on the ball carrier for the Chargers.
Caden Muckerhide is one of those really good athletes last year that was on that team that returned a punt right off the bat last year.
Yeah, set the tone for that game.
Yes. Really extremely quick. So not everybody graduated from this team.
Yeah.
Another handoff.
Fullback dive there. Catch the defense off guard. I believe number 3.
Yep.
Cooper Palmer.
Cooper Palmer.
Cooper Palmer, the ball carrier for the Chargers, taken down by Ethan Hunt.
His brother was part of that group
Yeah.
last year. Was a big part of that. I believe he was quarterback and
Yes.
played a little bit of defensive line for him. And
I think we're having flashbacks seeing some of these names.
Yes.
Muckerhide, Palmer. So,
little PTSD if I'm remembering the same game.
yes. Another toss to the left side. Defended.
Cutback.
Good job defending that. It's going to be a loss of about 1. And that was good job there by the defense.
Yeah, and that'll be the MO for all defenses against North Decatur this year is know where Muckerhide is at all time and make sure we have 3 or 4 guys swarming to the ball every time he touches it because he's very shifty and able to get out of that first tackle. So.
Right here's shotgun. Morris in the shotgun. He's going to throw an out there to Ty Littmer. Another senior, but it's going to be short.
Chargers going to go quick here, try and catch the Bears off guard.
So simulating that's kind of situation. Probably going to
get
it.
No.
Were you going to say what I was going to say?
Yeah, it looked like that left side was pretty far across the ball there.
Yeah, big hit there. I thought the ball came loose, but something else must have fell.
Logan Horn there. Quick. I don't know if it was – he may have had those couple extra inches to get there, but either way, he was there quick and put a lick on him.
Yeah, I thought they were going to try to draw him off sides. In the Jamboree, that seemed kind of
Right.
But
right.
you got to practice that kind of stuff, so why not practice it?
Practice for the referees, too.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I know crews who are out there tonight they'll be on their A game, ready for next week.
So resetting back to the 30. Morris looks to throw. And a good throw and catch. That's Littmer again, I think.
Yep.
Mason Morris pass complete to Ty Littmer.
Good 8-yard gain there, right on first down.
Good timing there.
Absolutely.
I mean, that didn't look like early season kind of play there. That was really impressive execution.
Littmer being a senior and Morris a junior, I'm sure they've had some time to build that connection there.
So second and about 3.
Muckerhide.
And that's going to pick up about 8 or 9.
Oh, excuse me, not Muckerhide.
Was it?
I was back to Caleb Phelps.
Taken down by Peyton Farmer of the Bears. Good for a Charger first down.
Phelps is
48.
48. Another senior.
Mm-hmm.
Yet to see a score here. We may see one as Chargers are starting to move the ball here. About to pass midfield. So far, the Royals are the ones that's advanced the farthest in any of these sessions. Closest to scoring a touchdown. And actually had a few throws that went to the end zone. But right now, I don't know. If defense is easier to pick up in an early season when you're preparing for a season, is the defense going to be ahead of the offense?
I think that just depends on how much time you devote to it in practice. But typically, yeah, I think defense is a little bit easier to pick up because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's find the ball and keep it out of the end zone. So,
All right. Right now, I'm seeing like the defenses have played pretty well. All the defenses.
and I guess that could go back to the whole maybe not pulling out all the tricks and ponies yet, but
True.
just trying to get your base offense down and get it down well for next week and the rest of the 9 games that you have coming up.
Now Morris to throw again.
It's going to be a fake screen. They're looking deep.
Oh,
He's going to tuck it and just try and pick up what he can here.
oh. He's going to lose about 4, but the receivers were down there, and they just kind of were staring. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not a football coach. That's why we have people come in that knows but they're just kind of standing there. I think you want to come back and help your quarterback out a little bit there.
Yeah, they just kind of kept floating downfield, and either Morris lost him in the sun or he didn't like what he saw. So
Morris.
I'd rather always have my quarterback keep it, but in the Jamboree, I don't want to see him take a hit like he just did. And just throw it out of bounds and let's move on to the next down.
Right. Hand off right up the middle, Mucker Hyde.
Great cutback. Looks like it's good enough for about 4 or 5 there.
And right now, I'm really impressed with Monroe Central's defense because I know they lost a lot, but they're still North Decatur's still an explosive offense.
Absolutely.
And
that front 3 for the Bears right now are holding it down against a pretty tough line, an experienced line it looks like for the Chargers.
And if you can hold them to 1 score or less than this, that's got to build confidence for your game in the season.
Absolutely. Ooh, bobbled snap there. Got the defense here. Defense was a little bit of head over potentially. That left side has been pretty close all night.
Kind of lining up that way.
Yeah. Had that a couple times in the blue and white scrimmage, and you just get so anxious to get there and get to the ball that you kind of forget where your head's at in comparison.
And it's probably hard for them to tell where. I mean, they know where the line is, but how far do I push it before they're going to call it?
Right. Yeah.
Too.
Yep.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 5 to 6.
Yeah, it looks like it.
And Morris deep.
Takes a hit. Finds Mucker Hyde.
And that's going to be a touchdown, our first touchdown of the Jamboree. Morris stood in there. Let's see if this replay. He stood in there, take a good pop, like you said.
A real good pop. So good for him and Mucker Hyde for helping him out there, getting a catch. Takes one a little bit high, but good for him for taking that and moving on.
So there's no special teams. So no kickoffs, no.
Looks like we might be close to that
extra
JV
points.
swap here.
I think it's been right around 5 minutes is when they've kind of done the swap. I'm just resetting the outdoor camera, see if we can figure out why everyone come back from replays. It does that every time, but I want to be able to show replays. I don't want to not be able to do that on the big stuff like that. So hopefully we'll get that technical difficulty figured out. And now the Chargers maybe getting a little bit of confidence. Big run there on 1st down, and here's the JV swap.
Get one last play with that varsity group. Good 8 or 9 yard pickup here.
Well, we've got
Phelps then there again on the carry.
Let's see here. Uh-oh. Yeah, so just got a message. We do have a few more sponsors that we will be adding on there that are part of the cheerleading package that we'll be adding onto our scrolling sponsors. So sorry you're not on there this evening. If you happen to be watching and you sponsored, we will get that for our next event. So we do want to thank all of our sponsors. We do have a few new sponsors this year, and we're going to try to do a pregame, a postgame, each event. We had the Dents Automotive pregame show at the beginning. And our halftime, which we're going to have a halftime here in a little bit with the EH Marching Band, is sponsored by Dave's Express Care Car Wash. And our postgame show is sponsored by 9 Connect as well. And then we always have the Paxton Farm Sweet Corn Player of the Game.
Absolutely.
So I doubt we have a player of a game tonight. Though if we were choosing one, I think I'm choosing Muckerhide to start.
He does have the only touchdown.
No, that'd be the first time we ever choose someone from not from our Royals. So we might have to go with somebody else. I said Hayden Jackson's name a lot so far, so he might be up there so far.
Tyler Dean there, sophomore with a good run, good hard run.
So we are on Facebook, Twitter, IHSA TV, and on YouTube.
Ooh.
Overthrown by Murray.
Looking for Meister there. Had him. Just couldn't quite put it on him.
Third quarter, we're going to see the Royals and Monroe Central. So after halftime.
Ooh, a little bit of a bobble there. There he wraps it up with 2 once he gets a hold of it there.
Good job there by number 10 standing in there. He took a pop. Peyton Hibbert with the tackle.
Hayden Cohen with the run.
And he just ran right. He didn't try to go around Hibbert. He was going through him.
And at 30 here, and you have the feeling that the Chargers want to put another one up on the board.
Yeah.
If they can.
Hayden King, ball carrier for the Chargers, taken down by Dylan Summers of the Bears. No gain on the play, it'll be 2nd and 10.
So about a minute and 10 left. And this is quarter number 2. Murray under center. So Dean in motion. And Murray's going to be tackled for a loss.
Great open field tackle there by
Hayden Sullivan with a tackle on the backfield.
33, I believe.
Yep.
Caden
Okay.
Sullivan
Yep.
flew up there to make that tackle. Looks like we might have enough for just one more play with about 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15.
High snap. Nice catch by Murray, though.
Floats it up there.
Incomplete.
Nothing.
And that's going to be the end of the second quarter. And it's going to move us to a halftime, and you're going to see the Eastern Hancock Marching Band come out here and do their State Fair performance. I don't see it. Oh, they're down there. They're down there on the west end of the field. And we're going to take a short break as we kind of, as they set up, and we'll watch that performance here in just a little bit. So we're going to take a commercial. We're watching Eastern Hancock football on the EH Sports Network.
When moving into a new home, we ask ourselves questions like, who is the best internet provider in town? Well, have you considered locally owned 9 Star Connect? We've become the fastest, most reliable, and dedicated fiber-to-the-home internet company in central Indiana. Our internet packages have been modified, and we are changing speeds at a more competitive price. So give us a look. Visit us at 9starconnect.com. 9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
At the Indiana State Fair Band Day. Tomorrow, at Lucas Oil Stadium, they will perform the Royal Regiment final performance of the season. Please give a round of applause for the Royal Regiment. Let's wish the marching band the best of luck tomorrow as they perform at Lucas Oil Stadium.
All right, very nicely done there by the marching band here at Eastern Hancock. And we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with the next two teams, which is going to be the Eastern Hancock Royals against the Monroe Central Golden Bears. You're watching Eastern Hancock football on the EH Sports Network.
Paxton Farm Sweet Corn, located just north of Maxwell, 2 miles west of State Road 9 on 600 North. Our sweet corn is handpicked, bringing sunshine to every bite. But that's not all. Capture picturesque memories in our fields of vibrant sunflowers, perfect for photos. Bring the joy of Paxton Farm Sweet Corn to your summer gatherings. Visit us today and experience the sweetness that keeps people coming back for more. Find us on Facebook, Paxton Farm Sweet Corn. Paxton Farm Sweet Corn, the sweetest taste of summer.
Nine Star is very focused on customer and member care, focused on making sure that however we communicate with the member and customer is how they want to communicate.
You know, sometimes we're the one person that they speak to in a day, and you want that conversation to be happy and pleasant.
As a nonprofit co-op, we're focused on providing the best service we can for our members.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
All right, as we're getting ready for this third session to start, the third period, I do want to thank a few sponsors. We have Dents Automotive. They sponsored our pregame show at the beginning. And as you can see, Dave's Express Care Car Wash halftime show. And I don't know if we'll have a post game today, but we're hoping to interview coaches and such, and our 9-Star Connect post game show. So make sure you on live streams, make sure you stick around, hear from one of the coaches, and after each event. And now we have the Eastern Hancock Royals and the Monroe Central Golden Bears. Looks like the Royals are going to start on offense. Eden with a throw. And that's a pickup of about 6.
Gabe Johnson with a good pickup there, yeah.
And we started off, I think Gabe caught the very first pass of the game, or of the first session, so went right back to him.
Developing story there is Ethan Carter has no shoulder pads or helmet, sitting on the bench, walking with a limp here. So.
Yeah, he was having some trouble this summer. And, nice throw.
Hard ball. Manship with a great catch. Stiff arm taking on a group of tacklers there.
And what I really like there is Eden really stepped into that and fired it.
Yes.
Some of his other throws haven't been like that.
I've sailed a little bit on him, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Here's see if we have time. They're running a little quick, but a really nice throw and catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Ethan's case, he's had a lingering, some lingering injuries this whole summer, and then why make it worse right now?
Absolutely, yeah.
So
just get him out and let him rest it. Yeah,
I did notice that Caden Rubel's not playing.
Yeah, I don't know the story behind that one.
So
I know Braden is pretty close to being cleared, but still needs to pass a few of Troy's tests. He was telling me in AP Stats today. So.
Sorry, I'm resetting.
Bowman not quite sure it was coming to him there.
So here the Monroe Central kind of had to defend against the running attack mostly in that against North Decatur. Yeah. Now their Royals come out throwing here in this third session. And I was talking about at the beginning of the game. I really like the uniforms. They're kind of have a throwback feel. Good run up the middle. Kind of a throwback feel to me.
Yeah.
The Royals is really big on the front, but it kind of reminds me of like a uniform we would have saw in like the 80s.
Yeah. Yeah. When I first saw them this morning, it wasn't what I was expecting, but I guess they won't be here for long. I guess the real blue jerseys are late getting here.
So that is why. These are temporary?
Temporary, and will be, I guess, practice uniforms.
Okay.
When the new ones do come in.
They
Good
do
effort by Bowman there.
And then the helmets are just unique.
Yes, yeah, definitely a different look in the helmets. So Etch always has something new up his sleeve for helmet designs.
Yes, I've noticed that through all the teams he's coached. So the Royals move back. Going to start over at the 30. And again, move the ball nicely. So you got to feel you got some positives, got some big gains in there. Had some good plays, just not able to finish a possession so far in this jamboree. But there's definitely some positives we've seen here.
Yes, absolutely. Didn't quite get it off in time. I don't know if the clock was ever reset fully, but they did call a delay of game, so it looks like it's going to go against the Royals here. Nope, they waved it off.
Yeah, there's no delay games in jamborees. If you delay, you're hurting yourself.
Right, yeah.
Getting less possessions. I don't know if we should blame Coach Etch or Coach Bechtel for that. And good pickup there. Was that? I didn't see who carried it.
It looks like King was carrying.
King was carrying it.
Just ran off, and Mark went in for him. So King with a good run there on first. false start there. Ooh.
Eden's pass to Rolls falls incomplete. The 3rd and 4 for the Rolls.
They haven't quite had that connection this year. Last year, they broke a school record early on the season with completions between Eden and Vols.
Yeah.
So, but they haven't quite found that connection here this evening yet. Trips on this side. And I can't see who else on the far side.
I believe that's Redmond over there on the far side. And we got Bowman, Vols, and I think Gabe Johnson down here close to the sideline.
It's
Mark.
I don't know if we're like forgetting, but I'm still surprised we haven't turned the lights on yet. So it is starting to get a little dark.
Yeah. I think we'd be okay to turn them on at any point now.
Yeah. Be interesting to see.
Someone is coming back on this side on the Gator, so maybe they were either over there checking somebody out. And it looks like it was Troy. I don't think Troy's in charge of the lights, but if he is, they need to give that guy a raise in charge of the lights. And
Kubi with a nice run and
stays on his feet.
Oh, and he's
good hard run.
He kept that ball in his right hand, making me nervous there. Like grab it with 2 hands, but he's a much better running back than I am. So he can do it. So that's a nice run.
Really excited to see what Mark's going to bring to this team this year, especially as a sophomore. And then King, too. I think there'll be a newfound running attack that may have been a little one-sided last year with Sotelo. But
and it's good. You're not going to replace Kane Sotelo with one person.
No,
so,
absolutely not.
So it's Kane Sotelo was kind of at times I felt like was carrying us on his back at times and willing us to first downs. And so nice to see Kubi and King. Kubi, am I saying that correctly, or is it Koob?
Your guess is as good as mine.
So
I guess we'll have to straighten that out before next week.
So Eden the throw. And
Big catch by Caden Willis. Good move. Stay.
Yeah. Oh, and almost stayed in bounds. And Eden just looks more confident right now.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
He just seems a lot more confident. He's got more zip on the ball.
Yeah, I think that's part of going from your freshman to sophomore year is building that confidence. And there were times last year where it felt like if he was under duress, he was going to tuck it and just try and pick up what he could. But I think he's learning to stay in the pocket and trust the guys in front of him and trust his wide receivers to go make a play there. A couple high snaps right in a row. King able to get on it.
Backfield by James King.
And really, you'd like to see us get in the end zone here in this jamboree.
Yeah. Love to help build that confidence going into next week.
But we've moved the ball, like I said.
Yes.
I think I'm a broken record right now, but we've really moved the ball nicely in every possession that we've had.
Yeah. I would say throughout the night. I know North Decatur is the only team to score, but I think the Royals have moved the ball more consistently than any team here tonight.
Number 22 of the Bears. 4-yard gain on the play, about 36.
Maybe a little bias there, though.
Yeah, it's okay. We're the EH Sports Network. We're allowed to be. And little read option, manship.
Stays on his feet.
Oh.
Able to pick it up, it looks like.
I mean,
great second effort by Eli Manship there.
And that's one thing about Manship. You know, like he's going to give it all every possession. He's not going to go down easy. So he's that kind of athlete and toughness.
Mm-hmm.
And now the Royals might be the farthest they've been tonight. Incomplete pass to Redmond.
A back shoulder fade.
And Redmond falls incomplete. The 2nd and 10 for the Royals.
Classic look there once you get in the red zone. Something that the middle school Royals might be lacking in this year. Just don't have that height. we had Hayden Adams out there last year, and he's a tough pickup for any other 8th grader. He's standing at 6 foot, 6'1" already, and it was just throw it up to Hayden and let him go get it. Same kind of idea there with Redmond. Good dump off. Royals
Bowman.
Touchdown,
So touchdown Bowman. So nice drive.
Good catch.
And there we go. You know it's football season now.
That might be an upgrade from the classic cowbell.
Yes.
Just in time for the JV swap, too.
Yeah. All right. So nice drive. That's got to build some confidence going into next week. Let's talk about it. We've mentioned it once before, but I don't know who's been. Some people have been coming and going probably, but the Royals will travel to Frankton next week. We have gotten permission for that. We're waiting to make sure we have a hot spot available for that. But we are planning on streaming that as of right now. Nope, I just saw the lights flicker.
Yep. Good hard run there.
They were probably listening to the stream.
Next on the carry for the Royals, taken down by a group of Bear tacklers. 7-yard gain on the play, bringing up 2nd and 3.
I think Braden Voles was there on the carry. Good hard run, good pickup of 7 yards.
Is it Fuller back there?
Yep, Fuller,
Okay.
quarterback. Ooh, Voles with nowhere to go.
Yep.
That appeared to be a missed blocking assignment there.
Taken down by Dylan Summers in the Royal backfield. 2-yard loss on the play, make it 3rd and 5.
Play caller, Coach Cody Hibbert down there. Surrounded by his signalers.
Oh, kind of dribbled that snap.
Good pickup by Fuller there. Good thinking, good quick pitch. Delivered it. And looks like they pick up just enough for the first down there. Good pickup on what could have been a busted play. Cook there with the run. Good 5-yard hard run.
Connor Cook on the carry for the Royals. Good for an Eastern Hancock first down.
And Fuller's going to throw this time.
Little eye. Cameron Delagrange hands on it and just can't hang on.
Had 2 hands on it, just couldn't quite pull it in. 2 Golden Bears right there to make the tackle if he did pull it in. But
Fuller's pass falls incomplete.
Taylor Conley, I'm impressed there, went right to Cameron and
Yeah, you love to see that.
and kind of was giving him some encouragement to keep his head up. So
Real easy to kick yourself after putting 2 hands on a ball and not being able to come up with it. But yeah, you got to remember it's a jamboree and there's a lot of games left to be played this year. So a lot of catches and yards to be made. Quick bubble out here. Off to Hayden Jackson, makes a couple moves.
Hayden Fuller's pass complete to Hayden Jackson.
Not able to escape Travis Reed there, number 78.
We got 3rd and 8 for the Royals.
So we've got about 7, 3rd and 7. Hayden Jackson moves to the far side. Fuller's going to throw.
Another bubble option. Screen option, wide receiver. Griffin Knight there with the pickup.
Is that who it was? Griffin Knight with a nice catch and run.
David Fuller's pass complete to Griffin Knight.
Good job. It's a little screen pass, and Griffin did a nice job at turning upfield. And first down. About 37 seconds left, so could be the last play. That run by Braden Voles.
See if the Royals can't get back on the ball quick. Get one more off here.
4-yard gain on the play, bring up 2nd and 6 for the Royals.
It'll be real close, that's for sure, either way.
Yep, 10 seconds or so. Oh, get up there, get up there. Let's go, get one in.
2, 1. I don't think so.
Oh,
they're going to give it to him. Fader up there. Just a bit short for, I believe that's Austin Brown out there on the route.
Yep. So that's going to be the end of the Royals on offense. And the Royals do get a touchdown. I believe it was Bowman that got it.
Mm-hmm.
So Dylan Bowman with the touchdown. Pass from Elijah Eden. And I think offensively, I think the Royals have to feel pretty confident in what they accomplished tonight. There was no silly mistakes.
Nope.
No, I mean, we did have a turnover in the first session, but no real silly mistakes. They seemed to be confident in what they were doing out there, organized, and then successfully moved the ball down the field pretty much every drive.
Yep.
Just only able to punch it in once, though. Royals defense, first session, did not allow Shenandoah to score. And so they are going to see what they can do here against the Bears, Golden Bears.
Bears starting back in the wing tee look here. Able to pick up a good 3 or 4 yards on the first down, and that's really what you want out of the wing tee. If you can pick up 3 or 4 yards every play, that's the name of the game there for that type of offense. So
I'm gonna check. I don't know if our chat's working or not because it's been stuck on here. So I'm just gonna reopen. So if you've been chatting with us, we haven't been seeing it.
Sweep out there, and that's Carter Duncan off to the races.
Carter Duncan on the carry for the Bears. Taken down by Royals Dom Shelby.
Dom Shelby able to get there, keep the Bears out of the end zone there. I think Dom was the last option. See if the Bears stick with that wing tee look or if they go back to spread. Looks like they'll stick with the wing tee. Counter option here. Stood up pretty quickly by the Royal defense. Still able to gain 2 or 3 yards. That front for the Golden Bears right now are getting a push, and the Royal D line is just not able to get in there like they were against the Doa Raiders.
3-yard gain on the play, bring up 2nd and 7.
All right, since we're trying some stuff out, you may see some weird things pop up.
Little bootleg action, quick pass, able to complete it.
Is that Olam? Olam puts his head down and just ran us over there. All right, I'm just going to try something real quick to see what that does work. Hey, there has been some chatting that we've missed, so I think. So I'm just testing out something, seeing how that worked. In case we need to show the chat during
a little cutback there, right up the field. Excuse me. That's Brylan Case again for the Bears.
Brylan Case on the carry for the Bears. Good for a Bear first down.
And they are moving the ball at will here. Royal defense having a little bit of trouble stopping the wing tee action here. There it is. That's a good stop for the Royals. Whole host of them there.
Yep.
We got Voles, Bowman, and it looks like Gabe Johnson there, all able to get a piece of the Bear running back.
And also, if they do run it down, it shows how dominant that North Decatur was.
Yes.
Defensively.
Yeah.
As Monroe Central wasn't really able to get anything going.
I don't think they made it past midfield, like you said, during the period.
Good toss there. I think that's Brylan Case.
Case on the carry for the Bears, taken down by Dave Johnson of the Royals.
Wonder if that may have been some adjustment that the Bears made, or if that's just a testament to the Charger defense there.
Right.
I would go with the latter myself. But tried to draw the Royals off sides there to no avail. That one's going nowhere. Freshman Braden Hester with the tackle there. I've been very impressed with Braden.
Yeah.
I know I'm stuck down there in middle school land during practice. I wasn't quite aware that Braden was going to get as many looks at in varsity, but he's made the most of it tonight. I don't know if this was planned or they were just trying to give him a look and keep some other guys fresh, but he's made the most of it, and he's been in the backfield numerous times tonight to make a play.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a turnover on downs, just going to be just short. The Royals able to come up with a stop.
So, best possession there by the Golden Bears of the two sessions so far. They moved the ball down. Big run there by, I think it was Duncan.
Yep. Duncan had that explosive play to help them get down there pretty close to the red zone. I think they were just out of it. But definitely their best drive of the night.
So they kind of reset at the 30. If you're just not joining us, it's a jamboree, not quite the normal rules.
Case able to haul it back in. No gain, though.
Is this similar to the old scrimmage format? Other than I know you don't switch teams and you're going against the same team, but I mean, as far as you start at the 30, or is it more situational?
They were, more situations. So I believe it was a set number of plays, too. You weren't under a time limit. So you would play from the opposite 40 and go 10 or 15 plays, and then if you scored, you'd come back to the 40 and reset like normal, or if you were turnover on downs. But it was very much more situational. You'd get a couple looks down in the red zone, so everybody had a chance to get there and run a couple plays there. This is definitely something. I know we've been doing it for the past, 4, 5, 6 years, but
Seems to be more. So this is more game-like.
Yes,
but still different.
Yes, yeah.
That's one thing I like about basketball is because their scrimmage rules are, scrimmage and the jamboree are about as close to a real game as any sport is.
Right. Yeah, I think there's positives and negatives with this format. I think as a coach, I'd like to be able, like if in those first couple of periods you didn't see a lot of teams make it to the red zone. So as a coach, I want the opportunity to practice some plays down there against another team and not just my scout D in practice. So I think there's positives and negatives. It is game-like, so you do have to earn that to get there in this format. So it's just kind of what you like and what you don't like, and I guess what the conference agrees on now. So, quick hit. I don't know who got in there to lay a hit real quick, but that was a look for a quick pass. It wasn't a long drop back. So. Lane Wilson, I think, is kind of wondering the same thing, who got through and how they got through so fast. So
yeah, he didn't get very far before he was starting to go down. this format, though, the Jamboree is one of their fundraisers. So all the money for the Jamboree goes to the conference. And so it helps buy the trophies, this and the basketball Jamboree. So from what I've heard, basically the money that comes from this Jamboree and the basketball Jamboree pretty much pays for all the conference championship trophies for all sports. So that's one of the reasons that's
a great
to have the Jamborees
too. So Lane Wilson there ended up having the ball on the carry, and you just think in short yardage situation and out of this wing tee, it's going to be I don't see any reason to not just let Lane take it and try and pick up the 1 or 2 yards that they need. But obviously here at 4th and 8, you're going to have a different story. But he's just going to be – he will be hard to take down. That is for sure.
I mean, they're trying to protect him there.
Yes. Yeah.
And blow it dead as he was getting ready to get hit. But we weren't getting him down.
No, and he had some open field in front of him. I don't know that there was anybody who was going to be able to make that play within the next 10 or 15 yards. So
if you're I think Winchester next week, you're thinking about how are we going to get him down if he does decide to take off running.
Yeah.
Because he was not an easy tackle. And pretty athletic for his size.
Yeah, he moves well. I would guess that's why they have him playing or listed at least as linebacker on defense and not a defensive end or nose tackle.
Right.
Even though they have some pretty good size there on their defensive line as well. So looks like we might get one more varsity play out of the.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. Probably going to see the hockey change here. Oh, fumble.
It's not what you like to see as a coach for your last play.
No. That's where I'd almost be like, no, one more.
Yeah.
We are not ending on that. But
right.
I think they've already agreed to change. And the coaches all agreed to this, I'm pretty sure, of how they were going to handle this to give their JV groups some time.
Yeah.
And the JV groups performed fairly well.
Yeah.
So it's not like they haven't moved the ball or defended well. They've kept people out of the end zone.
Yes.
And
all the JV groups we've seen have done very well. So MEC's has been putting in work this summer.
I did look at. I saw your schedule is the middle school schedule is not the lightest.
No.
So I saw you have some big schools.
Yeah. We have Greenfield week 2, which is always a tough one, and New Pal right after them, and then I believe Pendleton Heights after that, and I think Newcastle right after that. So a tough little stretch for us. But
was it like that last year? Or has that changed this year?
Greenfield, New Pal. I did go Greenfield, New Pal, Pendleton, or Pendleton and New Pal maybe flipped there. We did trade out Triton Central for Newcastle. That's a new one this year. So interested to see how that pans out for us. So.
Do we play any of the conference teams in middle school?
Shenandoah is week 1. Yep, Shenandoah is week 1. And then after that, Rushville's on there. The homeschool's on there. I don't believe there's any other MEC schools on there, no. Because Knightstown's in the TEC, so Knightstown's in there too. So I think that's the schedule for the year. So just see Shenandoah, and we'll see Monroe Central, and I mean we'll at least see North Decatur. We won't get to play against them tomorrow, but we will see them.
Hopefully the weather's okay. I think I saw a
little bit of rain. Yeah.
Chance of rain.
Yeah. Hopefully we can make it through. roll out. We got a flag on the play.
Interception.
Cameron
Yeah.
Delagrange making up for that drop pass earlier.
Yes, interception by Cameron. Let's see what this flag is.
Interception for the Royals.
What do you
It looks like a hold offense is what I
so,
would. Yep.
yep, it would stand. So the second interception by anybody tonight. Shenandoah had one in the very first session.
Nice play by Cameron, too.
Oh, wait, no, and North Decatur had one on their very first play.
Yes, very first play.
So the third interception of the night.
Yeah.
Run
Dive
up the middle.
yeah.
Pick up about 5.
Caden Sullivan, the ball carrier for the Bears. 5-yard gain on the play, make it 2nd and 5.
It's a pretty warm evening tonight.
Mm-hmm. It hasn't really cooled off since the sun's gone down. It's pretty sticky out here still.
Where we are doesn't help either. This is not a
lot of air movement.
Here's the trade-off, though. It's really miserable now.
Yeah.
But in October, this is the place to be.
We'll be sitting pretty then.
So, that's the
50 there. Tristan Love in there on the tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, nobody wants to hang out with us in here in August, but in October, sometimes this room gets a little crowded.
Yeah, we're the cool kids in October.
Oh, they stopped the clock.
Looks like they want to give them one more play here.
Yeah.
Make sure we get one more in.
Coach Putt, the clock operator, on it.
I would imagine Coach Putt has more years of experience operating clocks than I do teaching.
Yes. He's done it for a lot of years. In fact, Coach Bechtel's been doing the play clock for a long time as well. So, all right, that's going to be the end for the Royals and the Golden Bears. And we're going to move to the 4th period, and it's just going to see the North Decatur Chargers and the Shenandoah Raiders. And we will come back. There'll be about a 4-minute break or so. And are you sticking around? Are you heading out, or what's?
No. Bedtime bells ringing for little Wesley.
So we're going to be heading out. And are you here for our post game? Hey, so we might as well. So we're going to have this. It's not the end of the game, but we're going to go ahead and do it right now. Coach Knight's going to be here for our post game show. Let me actually do it the right way. I've been working on this. Oh no, that's going to look funny. So we're going to do it. I'm working on stuff. So our 9-Star Connect postgame show. Hi, Coach Knight.
Hey, what's up?
Oh, are we off? You're off there.
Cole turned me off.
There we go. So back in here.
Back in the booth.
So I think just what I saw, I think got to be pretty happy. I thought we moved the ball pretty well, and we didn't really do anything. Like, we looked organized.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you want to do in a game like this.
Yeah, I think your first goal is to not get hurt, and then you want to work on stuff. I know there was a script, at least offensively, that of things they wanted to see and run through. And like you said, that first drive against Shenandoah, we moved down the field. I mean, you take a shot when you're going to run out of downs and everything. They call a little different, but I thought we did a nice job. So, and even against Monroe Central some. So.
Right. So our goal is not get hurt, look organized, be ready to go, because the real thing's just next week.
Right.
And then just have some success. You don't have to like win the Jamboree, because there's nobody that wins the Jamboree, but to just have some success that you can build on. And I thought we did that both on offense and defense.
Yep, it was really good.
And so. No, and for the most part, saw Ethan went off at some point. So, but I mean, hopefully that was just precautionary there to keep him out. So, because you don't want to risk that.
No, and we had some guys nursing some muscle aches and pains, I think, too, and that's probably part of it. This is the first full contact we've had against anybody from our team. We scrimmage teams throughout the summer, but you never have your full pants, and so taking them down the ground is a little different too. So there's probably some guys going to wake up sore tomorrow, I think.
Right. So I'm trying to think. Got Frankton next week.
Yep.
Team we haven't played in a long time.
JV's been playing them for a while, though.
Oh, yes, they're right. Yeah. Early, and we always played them first game.
Yep.
So we have some, I guess, the familiarity, but not what we typically have on our schedule.
Absolutely, yeah.
So it'll be an interesting first week trying to learn there, and they got I don't think it's brand new this year, but it's not a very old field up there. Turf field up there at Frankton, and we've never streamed there, but I think we're going to try. So any other thoughts on that?
It was good. I think this was a positive thing. We saw a lot of good stuff. That first period, our receivers were turning back looking in the sun, too, and I think we weren't quite as crisp. But, we had decent protection offensively. Defensively, we did a good job stopping, especially with a team like Monroe Central there where they pack it in and just run. That's not something you see every week, and so you would game plan for that a little bit more than we did, and they didn't really move the ball much at all with their first team, and that was nice. And then the JV kids, this is probably the most love they're going to get on a Friday night. So It was good. They had some success there too. So I think it's going to be a real positive thing. There's definitely film to watch tomorrow to say, hey, let's clean it up here, and why'd you do this here, and and there's position battles or backups that you wanted to see, and now we have it on film, and so that makes that part good too.
All right. So, we're getting ready here for that fourth period. We're going to cover it, and I want to thank Coach Knight for coming in. We're going to try to do a post-game each game. We'll see if it always works out, but I want to thank Coach Knight for coming in and giving his thoughts, and looking forward to the rest of the season, looking forward to next week.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be great. So you can stream it if you don't want to drive to Frankton, but like you said, they've got that nice facility now, and we'll try to give them an L to start. So
all righty. Have a good night. See ya. All right, so now we have the Chargers taking on the Raiders. A flag on the play, sorry. Excuse me. So holding against North Decatur. Interesting to see how this goes. North Decatur performed pretty well against Monroe Central, and Shenandoah and the Royals were kind of at a stalemate there in their first quarter there. So I want to thank Coach Allen. He's heading home. It's bedtime for not for him, but for the little one. So, and a nice tackle there. Muckerhide with a catch. Good tackle there. So I want to thank Coach Allen. I think he's going to step in and help out some different live streams. And then I see Sam's watching, and we're going to try to convince Sam somehow to do a few as well. Sam Poff, hopefully. And so, unfortunately, you're always stuck with me most of the time. But then we'll try to get some people that know what they're talking about in here to help out. Do want to thank our sponsors tonight. We've had Dent's Automotive pregame show at the beginning. And we had the Dave's Express Care Car Wash halftime show. And we just had a little bit ago the 9-Star Connect post-game show, though we're technically not over, but the Royals are done for the evening with Coach Knight. Here's the throw by Morris, and it's incomplete.
North Decatur pass broken up by David Brown of the Raiders. So remains 2nd and 10.
And again, I apologize to the Raiders fans, but My eyes cannot see those numbers. So got Morris playing quarterback for the Chargers. Mason Morris, Jr. He hands it off and hit in the backfield by the Raiders. For a loss is Tyler Dean.
Caleb Phelps, the ball carrier for North Decatur, taken down by number 50 of the Raiders.
Or maybe Caleb Phelps, sorry.
Loss on the play, will make it 3rd and 15.
48 and 40 look similar. A lot of people heading out, as we had quite the amount of Royals fans here tonight. We've had a steady number of viewers. It's a little different. We tried to make this a little bit more laid back with all the good hit there on the quarterback, but it's Morris did a nice job staying in there, completed the pass there to Xander Jones, and he's a big game.
Taken out of bounds by Hayden Hubbard of the Raiders. Good for North Decatur, first down.
North Decatur, the defending champions of the Mid-Eastern Conference. And defending champions, but not only the defending champions, but really, honestly, just dominated the conference a year ago. Hand off in the backfield. And Phelps again with the carry, but is tackled for a loss.
Take down back in the backfield by Gage Zachary of the Raiders.
So
4-yard loss in the play.
North Decatur did score a touchdown in their first session, one of the only 2 touchdowns we've had in this jamboree. On a Morris to Muckerhide throw. And that pass is incomplete. Jones looked like he was going to catch it, but there was 2 Raiders right there to hit him as the ball got there. And it brings up 3rd and 14. Morris rolls out to his right, and he's going to throw it away out of bounds. And that's going to be incomplete, as the Raiders were all over. Really had nowhere to go, nowhere to throw. And Morris gets the play. Owen Eldridge subs in. And looks like Phelps comes out. And Muckerhide is now behind Morris. Morris is going to throw it upfield. Nice defensive play there by the Raiders. I don't know the number again. We'll see if I can hear the PA guy. But
Morris pass is busted up by Jarrett Hellman of the Raiders.
Hellman.
North Decatur
Nice defensive play right there.
On the 30-yard line.
So that was really well defended. And that's going to reset the Raiders, or the Chargers back to the 30 halfway through this 4th. I'm sorry, I guess I didn't change the period, but it doesn't really matter. So this 4th period. And the pass is caught out in the flat by Owen Eldridge.
Morris pass complete to Eldridge. Taken out of bounds by Landon Reddick of the Raiders.
So the Raiders have to be pretty happy with how they've defended the Chargers so far here in this fourth and final session of the Jamboree here. Morrison shotgun, got running backs on each side. Muckerhide in motion. And the handoff is up the middle, and that's got a big game, one of the bigger games this session. And that is Phelps. So Phelps, nice run.
Good for a Charger first down.
That's one of those where you got to know where Muckerhide is at all times. And he kind of went in motion out in the flat, and Phelps with a nice run right up the middle. There's Phelps again. And it's going to be a no gain. Hopefully everything's worked all right. I know we haven't had a lot of chatting in YouTube and Facebook, but hopefully everything worked all right. This was more about tonight. We weren't sure if we were going to stream it. It's more about just testing out a few things. And then while we were here, we might as well just talk. So pretty unorganized as far as preparation. Shenandoah is going to take on Fremont next week. And North Decatur takes on their traditional first game, South Decatur. Morris looking to throw deep. The ball is hit, but his arm was hit as it was thrown. And Palmer just couldn't quite get there. And I think we just hit the JV switch. So both teams bring their JVs on for the final 5 minutes. Handoff off the left side to Hayden Cohn. And Braden Murray is the quarterback for the Chargers. And it looks like they are going to move it back to the 30. And reset. Murray under center. Cone with the handoff right up the middle. And a good pickup there. Gain of about 5. 2nd and 5. Yeah, make it 2nd and 4. And a run off the right side. Number 40, that is Tyler Dean with a nice pickup for a first down. Just want to make sure that.
Tyler Dean on the carry for North Decatur, taken down by Blake Hill again of the Raiders.
Camera's not going to shut off. 9. Murray looking to throw. Now he's going to pull it down. He's going to run off the right side. He's going to get close to a first down, but out of bounds. It'll be right at just past the first down marker. JV teams have looked good. I mean, really all the teams have looked really good tonight. Had some moments of some good play and look organized, ready to start the season next week. Handoff up the middle. That's Cone. He's going to bounce off a tackler, and he's going to be wrestled out of bounds at about the 35. 25 make that.
Taken out of bounds by Alex Corriere of the Raiders.
About a minute and a half. See if the Chargers can score the first JV touchdown of the evening. Cohen on the outside with the toss. And he's still going forward. Can't come. The Raiders can't get him down. And he's going to pick up a first down. And we're about a first and goal situation.
First and goal, North Decatur.
And just under a minute. We haven't had a lot of goal line situations with the varsity groups or the JV groups. So that's one of the things that teams will not be as prepared for. Oh, I think it might have been a fumble there after the catch. But none of the teams have really had a lot of goal line situations this evening. And I'm sure the coaches would have liked to have had that opportunity at some point. As they're going to try to get one more play off with about 14 seconds left. See if the Chargers can punch it in here. Run off the right side. He's still going, and he is going to score. So touchdown, North Decatur Chargers, the first junior varsity touchdown of the evening, right as the session ended. So congratulations to them. That's a job well done on that drive there by the JV group. And we have one last session remaining. And we're going to do a commercial real quick, and we'll see the Raiders on offense against the Charger defense. You're watching the EH Sports Network, or you're watching EH Football, Eastern Hancock Football on the EH Sports Network.
We are really heavily involved in the community, so there are multiple different volunteer opportunities that we can go and do.
Volunteer time to share their time and talents with organizations that need not only monetary assistance, but just people's time to help those organizations grow and thrive.
9 Star is a different kind of company, and the difference is you.
All right, welcome back. We're going to flip sides, and we're going to have the Raiders on offense and the Chargers on defense. And the last time the Raiders were on offense, I had Coach Allen helping me read the numbers. So handoff up the middle. Nice pickup of about 9.
As a Priest on the carry for Shenandoah, taken down by Jack Cohen for the Raiders, or for the North Decatur.
So nice little run there. Evan Freese.
Evan Freese, the ball carrier for the Raiders. Taken down by Shane Powell of North Decatur.
I think the quarterback for the Raiders, it's Ethan Loy.
Just good for a Raider first down.
Ethan Loy, quarterback. And we've seen a lot of Evan Freese in the backfield for the Raiders. Little wing T action. Nice defense there by the Chargers.
Garrett Hellman's out there for Shenandoah.
Chargers defense
Grab in
has
the backfield by Owen
was really good in that first session that they played in the second period. I don't believe Monroe Central was able to pass midfield and got an interception like on the very first play of the session, and just really played really well on the defensive side of the football. And they seem to be continuing that here. Do want to thank everybody that has watched. Our viewership's going down as the Royals are not playing, but here is Loy. Couldn't quite get away, and the Chargers kind of gobble him up there. Nowhere to go. The Royals take on the Chargers in week 2. So we will see these guys right back here in just a few weeks. And a handoff there, I think, to Freeze. And it's going to be for a loss of 1. Nope, I'm sorry, it wasn't Freeze.
No gain on the play, making it 4th and 12 for the Raiders.
So 4th and 12. And the running back there is Parsley, I believe. Parsley with the handoff right there, and it's not going anywhere.
Going Parsley on the carry for the Raiders, taken down by Owen Wistman of North Decatur. Looks like we have an injury timeout.
So we have what we don't want to see in a Jamboree, an injury timeout. But he's already up, so that's encouraging. I was trying not to say it all night, but for the most part tonight, all teams have been injury-free. This is the first time someone's needed help off the field. Hopefully he's okay. You just don't want anyone to get hurt, and especially in a scrimmage Jamboree situation. You never want anybody to get hurt, but especially in a moment like this. So a little bit of help, but he seems to be walking well, so trainers will check him out. And a handoff off the right side, and again the Chargers just all over, swarming everywhere, and the Raiders just not able to go anywhere right now.
The carry for the Raiders, taken down by Cohen Thackeray of North Decatur.
This defense of the Chargers is, showing that dominant form. Last year, they did not give up a single point against a conference team. Outscored the conference, I believe, 170 to 0 in their 4 games. Sorry. And it doesn't get much more dominant than that. 4 teams in the conference this year. North Decatur, these 4 teams, and then Westell no longer in the football conference. They're in the other sports conference, but they're kind of in a transition period trying to get that program rebuilt. And so they've left the football part of the conference until they can kind of build that program back up. Maybe we'll see them back. I don't know. And there he runs out of bounds there. Loy.
On the keeper in short game and make it 4th and 11 for the Raiders.
You got to think that they're going to build something. They just got a turf field up there at Westell. They've got a field house. they've really improved the athletic facilities up there at West L. So you got to think that they're going to see some benefits of that here soon. Fourth down and 10 for the Raiders. Pressure on the backside, and that's going to be incomplete. Good throw, but receiver was unable to pull that in. And probably would have just been about a gain of about 7 or 8. So we're back to first down and 10 at the 30. And nice job. That's going to be a pickup of a first down, I believe, for the Raiders. And I'm wrong. It's about a gain of about 6. Not even close. Raiders under center. He's handoff off the right side. And that's going to be close to a first. And it is going to be a first down for the Raiders. See if they can build some momentum here. They take on Fremont next week. That game is at Shenandoah. I want to thank all of our sponsors. You can see them scrolling. Those are our corporate sponsors, mostly from last year. Usually most of them renew from year to year. Good long throw by Lloyd, and that is caught for a big gain. And we'll see. Let's see that replay. Biggest gain, maybe one of the biggest plays of the night by any team. As a long throw and catch. And now the Raiders looking to get something positive going here before we get to the JV switch here. Raiders now at about the 22-yard line or so. Run up the middle. Short gain. Evan Freese. Let's see if the Raiders can get something in here late before just about a minute or so from when they swap JV in. And again, good defense by the Chargers. Not much has moved against the Chargers this evening until that big play just a moment ago. Raiders now third down and about 9 from about the 20. And a run. Oh, sorry. I faked me out. Tackled for a loss. And we've just got the JV switch, so we're almost done. Final 5 minutes here of the Jamboree. If you've stuck around, well done. Because it's a little different than a normal game, so. Handoff up the middle.
Carter Armstrong with the carry for the Raiders.
Armstrong with the carry. We're going to move back to the 30. See, so the farthest drive against the Chargers all night there by the Raiders as they got it down to the 20. And now the Raiders reset. Hand off and nowhere.
Mr. Paxton, I want to give a shout out to the officials tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So
they've done a nice job. There was a few times I thought it might not be a first down, but why not? Why not give them the first down? What's the Jamboree? What's it matter at this point? So get as many possessions as you can.
That's what they were trying to do. Keep it moving. They did a nice job of not throwing flags unless they were necessary.
Mm-hmm.
They did a good job of they'd throw it and pick it up. They weren't making it 3rd and 25 unnecessarily or something.
Right.
They were talking to the players and talking to the coaches and saying, hey, this was a flag, but we're going to do this. And that's what you want because this is an experienced crew of officials here. They're a good group of guys. We've had them several times before. And they did a nice job of keeping everything, like you said, keeping it moving and teaching instead of, controlling the game.
We were talking, Cole and I was talking earlier about the traditional scrimmage versus this.
Mm-hmm.
This seems to be maybe a little bit more game-like, but then there's some teams that didn't get those goal line opportunities and situations I think you get in the scrimmage, right?
Yeah. Go ahead, sorry.
I haven't been to a scrimmage, but I believe it's more situational, correct?
Yeah, so traditional scrimmage, you have you've got a certain number of plays from the 35-yard line, a certain number of plays from the 10, and then a certain number of plays from the 30, and then you have JV time. And I can't remember all the numbers there, but it's like 12 plays, 10 plays, and 8 plays. And then I believe the JV has like 16 plays of offense. And, yeah, you get to work on some more situational stuff than you would in something like this. This is more – you can actually get more plays in something like this if you go fast.
Mm-hmm.
But if you play a team that slows it down big time, you can really limit the number of snaps that your team sees. Right. So, all the teams here in our conference do a pretty good job. They're not trying to milk the clock for everything it's worth or anything like that. But, yeah, you do typically get to see more snaps in a traditional scrimmage.
Right. So I thought it's been gone really well. I thought the conference has looked pretty good, especially defense. I was like talking about how I did a call too. I was like wondering, is it quicker to get your defense going than offense? Is it one of those things, or is it?
It's typically quicker to. So here's what it is. You can usually get your offense going faster than your defense. But most of the teams out here tonight, and I can't speak for everybody, but most of the teams have this game doesn't matter, right? So you have a pretty vanilla set of plays that you're looking to run because you don't want to show a lot on film for your week 1 and week 2 opponents. Mm-hmm. And so, like I've watched Shenandoah here, and they've run 5 different plays all night. That's it.
Right.
And so I've watched Monroe Central. Monroe Central ran, just a couple different plays, and we ran just a couple different plays. And North Decatur, I didn't actually get to watch much North Decatur's offense, but you keep it vanilla. And even though sometimes there's things, I think Coach Knight said, that you could, we might be able to exploit that, I'm not going to run that because it doesn't help me for the sake of this jamboree.
Right. So that's going to be the end of the Jamboree. Things seem to go pretty well here. I think all teams have to be pretty happy. We talked with Coach Knight. Number one thing is don't get hurt.
Yeah, we had a couple guys banged up, a couple linemen, which were a little thin, but I think they were both guys that if this was a game, they would have finished. It was more like, hey, there's no reason to leave you in there when it's like that. So
you don't want to get hurt. You want to look organized and know what you're, ready to go for week one. And I thought all teams really did that tonight, and then have some success. Being able to move the ball and have some confidence going into week one a little bit. And I thought each team had a little bit of that throughout the different sessions tonight. So overall, I think it was a pretty successful Jamboree.
Yeah, I always compare these scrimmages and jamborees. I compare them to going out to eat at Golden Corral. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of everything. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of nachos. There's a little bit of salad. There's a little bit of good. There's a little bit of bad. There's just a lot of everything, mm-hmm. around. Good, bad, indifferent. And this is where, you film this, you watch it, you go, you coach it up, and it's kind of like you learn from it and move on.
Yeah, I didn't have dinner, and now you've made me hungry.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us, and we do have permission for next week at Frankton. We're still wanting to make sure we have everything we need for that, and tonight was more of a trial, test it out, and I think things pretty smoothly tonight. So I'm pretty happy with the setup, and we hope to see you next week at Frankton, which we were talking about. This. When's the last time we played them in a varsity game?
1997.
1997, and we talked with Coach Knight. We have seen them in the JV level, though.
Yeah, we've played them for at least the last decade. We've played them to open our JV season every year.
Right. So we have some. We're a little familiar, but not varsity level familiar yet.
That was a great game. I think it was a one-score game last year. I think we won, but it was a really good game for both teams.
So.
And they are an experienced team. They only lost 4 or 5 seniors from last year. They return almost all of their starters on offense and like 6 or 7 starters on defense. So it's going to be a very good game and a very good team that we're going to see next week.
All right. So thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week, hopefully, in Frankton. Good night.